Hi, I'm Paul Ballou, the Chief Data and Analytics Officer with D&B, and I'm delighted you've chosen to spend a few moments with me to talk about the U.S. economy, just like we do every month. And I'm here to wrap up the year to give you some pretty good news. As we look at our current readings on the U.S. economy, we see things improving despite what's going on in the global economic environment. In fact, across all three of our key measures as we track the U.S. economy, we saw the latest readings move upward. In fact, starting off with our broadest measure, our Small Business Health Index, we saw optimism for the first time this year. The Small Business Health Index snapped back in the most recent monthly reading. It was a pretty broad-based snapback as well. And if we take that reading and extrapolate it out into 2015, because it is a leading index, it is confirming for us once again that the U.S. economy, which has been growing in the low 2% range this year, is poised to accelerate to closer to 3% growth next year. For myself personally, I've been waiting for Main Street to start to get re-engaged as this year has played out. And this is the first reading where we're seeing Main Street start to pick up the pace. We're also starting to see some improvements on the credit availability front and on loan demand. And if we put that together with what we're seeing in the other parts of the economy, once again that positions us to be seeing pretty good growth in 2015 despite what's happening globally. Our other readings are also confirming for us that the U.S. economic recovery and now expansion is starting to accelerate. We're projecting over 230,000 payroll jobs this month, continuing the trajectory we've been on for the last year. And in fact, each and every month we're starting to see payroll employment growth pick up in some lagging categories in the economy. So it's not just business services, it's other parts of the economy. And then our last measure, our economic health tracker, continues to point upward as well. We've seen a little bit of erosion on some of the payment terms recently, but overall, when you look at that tracker in the last quarter, we're continuing to see the private sector have very healthy financial conditions, which is positioning us for stronger investment growth going forward. So that's my Christmas present to you. As we wrap up the year at D&B, as we look at the U.S. economy, despite all of those dark clouds around the globe, the U.S. is outperforming many people's expectations. And in fact, as we wrap up the year and we look at the leading indices going into 2015, we think the U.S. can finally break free of this 2%, 2.2% growth trajectory and start to move up closer to 3% growth. If that's the case, we'll see business investment pick up, we'll see underlying demand grow, and there'll be broader opportunities for all of you. Our commitment at D&B is to help you find those opportunities to continue to improve your efficiency and effectiveness, and boy, does it help to have a stronger economic backdrop. So keep your fingers crossed that we're going to hit these targets for next year. And let me just wrap up the year by thanking you for your time, your attention, your relationship with us, and I wish you a very happy holiday season. Thank you very much.